Welcome to A&B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined today by Justin Sulham, Ray Bruce, and Rea Ariola. Welcome to you all.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Yes, I can't wait to chat with you all today about your brand new horror comedy creature feature called Big Bad Betty. I've got a copy of it right here. I've watched it twice, and it's an absolute blast. And I can't wait to talk with you all about it.
Very still, Mark. Very still, Mark. Very still, Mark. Very still, Mark.
You go there, you're all dead. Dead, all of you.
Guys, what's that name?
That was Big Bad Betty.
First off, congratulations. I think you've created a fun, independent film here, and I just love it. So there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So let's see. Justin, you wrote, directed, produced, edited. You're the mastermind behind this film. Ray, you star as Marko, and Rea, you star as Lil Rasta. Maybe I'll just refer to you as a Rasta.
That's all
at least
we
your
did.
character.
Oh, Rasta.
Rasta,
Statues
yes.
on my phone.
Perfect. It's perfect.
I have Marko in my phone for Ray.
Yeah, statues Rasta.
Oh, that's so good, and I love that Marko is spelled with a K. But let's jump right into it. Justin, my first question for you is: what was the inspiration for Big Bad Betty? How did your awesome new creature feature come about?
I had been wanting to direct a feature for years, I mean, literally decades, right? But once I got into the business and I started to learn enough to, I think, competently tell a feature-length story, I really wanted to shoot one. But everything that I had written, of course, a bit more of a lofty budget. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to have a budget for the first one. So I was like, okay, what can I do with... how can I kind of cannibalize these different either shorts or features that I have, pull pieces from them, and kind of put together this thing, right? This amalgamation of all of those stories. So it was going to be a werewolf movie in one script. It was going to be a campground slasher in another. I was like, you know what? I'll pull from this, pull from that, pull from this, and was able to put together something that I could afford to make. And then the script came to be. And this is the first time I've ever said this. The title of the film came from the wall behind me used to be shared by an incredibly loud neighbor. And I called that neighbor. Oh, yeah. All she did was stomp. All she did was stomp. And I called her Boom Boom Betty. And so when I needed a title for the movie, I happened to just call her Boom Boom Betty. And I was like, Boom Boom Betty. Now... the Big Bad Wolf, Big Bad Betty. Pretty much how it came to be. So the name of the movie is based off of a loud neighbor.
That makes so much sense. And does the loud neighbor, is her name Betty? And does she know that she now has a movie based on her?
Her name was not Betty, and she was evicted for threatening to beat up a child in the neighborhood. And we live in a nice neighborhood.
My God.
So that was a surprise. Well, no, the exact words I believe were, keep your kid in line before I smack them too. I think was the conversation she had with an adult.
Wow.
Yeah.
She sounds lovely. My God. It's too
very
bad
nice.
too bad she got evicted. If you ever run into her one day though, you could say, hey, there's a movie out there made about you. And just leave it at that. Oh my God, that's too awesome. So let's see, Ray and Rea, how did you get involved with Big Bad Betty, and what was it about the project that appealed to you? Ray, do you want to go first?
Which one? The whole Ray situation.
Ray, I know. Ray.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay. Okay, perfect.
I got literally a message from Justin right away. Hey, I'm not sure how how did you, Justin, get my contact? Because I don't know if it was from.
The truth comes out.
Oh, we had shared a set.
Okay.
Yeah, so that could have been like how it happened. I don't know. That's how I got like in contact with your contact, and then you texted me right before I was going to text you about this movie that you're filming. So
I don't really remember the details. I'm just glad it all happened.
Yeah,
exactly. The stars aligned.
Yeah.
I'm posting you all on Instagram right now.
Oh, dope.
Proceed.
Oh, cool. All right, Ray, how about you? How did you get involved?
Oh, well, this one's a little romantic. I was doing a show for OVW up in Louisville, and Justin was up there, and like it just seemed like the whole world stopped spinning, and like an aura of light beamed down over him. We locked eyes, and we had a moment while I was in mid match, and then then I lost, but then that's how we connected, and then. I don't remember exactly, but we contacted each other over Instagram, and he had sent me the script to read for it and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, I love this." And
the rest is history.
It's history, yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. So I have to ask. Well, I'm glad that you were both involved with the film because here we are today, and the stars aligned. I guess I would say. So Justin, I have to ask. I know you're posting on Instagram. So sorry.
It's all right. I'll get back to it.
You can get back to it. I have to ask, I'm going to jump right into it. The creature design. I know you have Big Bad Betty right behind you. Can you speak to there she is. Can you speak to the process of the creature design and how Big Bad Betty came to be?
I'm going to search for a photo while I tell you the story because I actually have a photo of what Betty almost was. So I didn't want to do another wolf because I had done wolves. I'd done a wolf in the past. This movie up here.
Oh yes, okay.
And so I knew I wanted something different, and I knew that the movie was going to be a little bit silly. So it's like, okay, like I'm not going to do a wolf. I don't want the movie to take itself too seriously. So I need to find something that's like comedic, but also kind of ridiculous, right? Apparently, I don't have the picture. Sorry.
If you send it to me, I'll edit it in.
Oh, all right, cool. I'll find it.
So imagine it's sliding across the screen right now.
Wow. And so I found a company based out of New York, and they do a lot of haunts, and haunt, costuming. And I looked through their inventory, tried to find something. I found something that was the image I'll send to you. It was totally silly. And it would have been a lot of fun, right? Especially if I could have gotten the mouth to move on that one. I think it would have been, but it would have been a completely different movie. I mean, night and day different movie. I needed to find something that fit with the vibe of a horse ranch, right? So they had this costume, and I reached out and I confirmed, hey guys, like before I go ahead and commit to this character, has it ever been used in a movie? And they were like, as far as we know, no, this has never been used in a movie. It hasn't even been ordered from us in like 16 years. It was at haunted houses just way back in the day. So I said, okay, cool. And I grabbed that, and then I modified the shit out of it. That claw that's behind me, that wasn't in the film. I have that one on display because the other one's covered in blood, right? It was just caked in blood. So yes. I keep that in a bag in my storage, whatever, for the next one, if I have to reference it at all. And then I replaced the other glove with, or the other claw with a glove. Essentially, what I had to do is those fingers don't articulate. It's just like a static claw. I needed this character to be able to grab. So, especially like there's a scene with Rea in the movie where it grabs her hair, pulls her up, right?
Yes.
So I had to be able to do that. So when I treated it, as you saw in the film, one hand is almost like a hammer and a bat, and the other one is the grabber, right? So I took this glove that looked nothing like it does in the movie, and I tweaked it, spray painted it, made it up, painted it, glued a little bit of extra hair on it, and made it work. And then I had the idea for where I wanted this character to have come from in the first place, which would be introduced in the second film. Because it was always a plan of mine to have a second installment if I could afford to make it. That's my goal, right?
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I would love it. And so I dressed the character with that sequel in mind. So it would all make sense. You know, by the time you watch the two films one after another, it's everything makes perfect sense. And obviously, without us getting into like the context of the film, the thing that I think people may find like the most silly and nonsensical of the whole thing is made to make a lot of sense in the sequel.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. Well, I hope the sequel happens. That was one of my questions. And I have to ask, I love your hat. What was the motivation for your moose hat today?
One of the characters in the movie wears this moose hat. Well, he doesn't wear this one. His moose hat is soaked in blood and in a dumpster somewhere. We shot that scene with that character on the first day of filming. So I'm cleaning the glasses. Sorry. On the first day of filming, so we came out of the gate hot. The very first shot the very first thing we shot for the film was the tilt down while I'm being pulled back of the drifter character walking down the street. You know,
yes, he does wear that hat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yep. And I just watched it an hour ago, but yes. Oh my God. I interrupted you. Keep going.
No. And so, about 3 hours after we did that first shot, we shot his scene, you know, his final scene or whatever. And,
no spoilers.
I had already purchased 2 hats. That was the thing with wardrobe on this movie. We didn't shoot it consecutively, right? So I had to buy multiple outfits for everybody. And so I had duplicate hats. So I took the hat, and the hat usually lives on, I have to look through my gremlin, that skull over there.
Very nice.
Usually lives over there. But
my God,
today,
I love your setup.
Thank you. It's home.
Gotta have Michael Myers. Yeah, The Descent. That's all. Oh, nice.
And the best part is.
Oh,
I can't
my
see.
Little buddy.
Oh, it's a dog?
It's a cat.
Oh, okay. What's that?
It's dark down there. It's a cat.
It's a cat. Oh my God, I couldn't see. Okay, awesome. Well, that's a fantastic setup. Well, I'd love to hear about the origin of Big Bad Betty. Because definitely a unique monster, has sort of Rawhead Rex vibes. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Let's see. So Ray, I have a question for you about Marko, because your character is sort of charismatic, lovable, and goofy. Was the character of Marko written that way? And if so, how did you channel that, and what did you bring to the character of Marko to bring him to life? And you have some great lines in the film too.
That was honestly, I think it was a mixture of this was supposed to happen, because that's how Justin had it written, but it was me. So like when I was reading the stuff, I was like, this it's legitimately me, just with a different name. I didn't have to switch much about myself.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect. The one line I think you say it to Zach's character is, "I have gluten and lactose sensitivities. You of all people should know that, and you deliver it fantastically," and then storm out the room.
It's so true.
It's so good. The gluten thing is true.
Oh, it is true. Even so, you weren't acting. It's totally true. Oh,
are you hang on? Are you gluten free?
Yeah, that's why
I fed you pizza. Know. You never told me.
I never touched the pizza.
I was never there when you guys were eating. I was working.
I was on a cut. Hold on, we got to backtrack real quick. So when I first read this, there was a potential that I was going to have a shirtless scene. And I said, oh, that ain't going to happen. So I hired a trainer. And then I got on a 12-week program. So I was on a 12-week cut. And so I could not partake in any of the pizza.
In preparation. Now that's dedication, if you ask me. So, Rea, a similar question for you. So Lil Rasta is sort of a badass, and you play her so well. She's very strong, and she's the type of person that will kick ass. And I think your character does really stand up and do that ultimately in the end. What was it like taking on that sort of don't mess with me personality and stepping into the role of Rasta, Lil Rasta?
Lil Rasta. Wow. Kind of similar to what Bruce was saying about the characters. It was more like every character was like our personalities in real life. um, how did I step in the role of Lil Rasta? I honestly just thought she was just a cool person, very chill, and I'm a very chill person. So I was like, she just goes with the flow, and that was her entire character.
It came naturally, right? It came naturally authentic. It was an authentic portrayal of her character because you could relate to her. It sounds like. All right, that's awesome. So I also want to talk about the Justin. Maybe this is more of a question for you. The location, because the farmhouse is a perfect setting for a horror movie, and even that gas station feels like it's straight out of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. What was the scouting like, and where did you film Big Bad Betty?
So
You're getting
sorry,
hot
guys,
in the hat.
I'm getting very, very hot in this hat. The gas station. We have a picture car guy in town that we use for our movies and our TV shows. Dave Tinsley, and Tinsley, who owns 400 cars, I think. He has this gas station set. It's on his personal property, and it was just a replica of a gas station. So he built it years ago, and I'm sure it was inspired by gas stations from like the 90s, right? The 80s and 90s. Horror movies, because that was totally the vibe. So when I was scouting for a gas station, I had one that was near the ranch that we shot at, and that would have been convenient in terms of like location, but it was a working gas station. It was going to be a nightmare. It wasn't going to work out. And so I had feared Tinsley's gas station was going to be a little bit small. And also the inside is you could dress it to make it look like a real working shop, but on the walls, there are 8x10 photos of him with every celebrity that's ever existed. And so I had to be cautious of like how I shot it. Didn't want people to see those frames inside. And so I wanted to take this small gas station, because it's probably 20 by 20, it's a small structure, and just make it feel a little bit bigger. So I tried to avoid too many wides showing it from, left to right, just have, shoot pieces of it, shoot chunks of it, and to try to, show the scale of the property with where Rasta walks off and meets up with, well, he doesn't really have a character. The dude with the wine coolers. Wine cooler dude is what.
The wine cooler dude. And the little kitten shirt, right?
I love cats.
Yes. And I love that one
guy that
line.
loves cats.
Yeah.
That Rea has, yeah.
Yes.
And so that's
I don't know if we can say it. YouTube might give us a hard time with there. I love your kitten, let's say. Go ahead.
Yes. So that was the gas station. The horse ranch. I had met Taylor, the owner of the horse ranch, on a Post Malone video like a year before she was horse wrangling. And we had stayed in touch. I had been planning on shooting Betty like when I was still combining all of the pieces of the scripts, right? It was going to end up being at a campground. And I was bored already. I've seen everything takes place at a campground. You've seen it. And I hit Taylor up and I said, hey, I'm looking for woods, right? Because this is how I first found the ranch. I knew she had it. I saw pictures of it, right? And it just never really, I didn't realize how beautiful the place was. I hadn't been there. So I said, I know that you have a good amount of property around the ranch and we need to shoot in the woods. Can I come look at the woods? She said, yeah, come on out. And I got there and I was like, oh my God, can we just shoot here? And we worked out a deal,
that's awesome.
A financial deal. And made it happen. So then it became a horse ranch. So I went back, rewrote every element of the story, took, cabins away from the woods and made them, what you saw. Rewrote dialogue. I wanted to have like campers, included in some capacity. So I created that angle with the equestrian camp that the grandfather and grandmother used to run. And but it was too beautiful of a location to not, use.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's perfect. I could see why when you showed up, you must have thought, like you said, this is fantastic. I have to go with this. Let's see. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is Rea. You have an epic chase running scene in the film. I guess this is for you and Justin. What was it like creating that and making it feel so intense and real? And the moose is back.
I got cold.
You got cold again.
Rea, you.
A lot of the The first chase scene, honestly, it was just like him and me. So it was very easy to just basically chase Justin around the little ranch. But I don't know exactly how Justin had it set up. But
well, I mean, I think it's more of a like a technical thing, right? So to make sure that we're talking about the same thing, we're talking about like inside the horse arena, the running and
yes, that intense.
So actually, everybody that's in this chat was behind those shots because Ray Bruce actually operated the gator. So I don't know what it's actually.
Yeah.
I call them gators. Do you call them gators? Is that what they're actually called?
I call it a gator.
I call them a gator.
Side by side UTV, if you will.
UTV, I think, is what most people will know it as, right? So a UTV, a gator. I had originally purchased a rickshaw for the movie, and we were going to do dolly track, and that was going to slow things down. It was going to cripple us. So it didn't work out, and I wasn't going to put the rickshaw, which is essentially like a wheelbarrow, on dirt, sand, whatever, in the arena. That sounded awful. But they had a gator on the property for feeding the horses because the property is huge. We honestly, in the wide drone shot, right before the shift of the story, before the campfire, you can kind of see the scale of the ranch, but it is so much bigger than what we showed. And so I said, can we use that? She said, take whatever you want. Like she opened up the properties, just, use it. So Bruce drove it. I hung out the side or the back or however, based on whichever shot it was with the camera. And we kept Rea a safe distance away so that if there was anything unexpected, if she tripped or, that she was safe, and just kind of brought it all together, shot that in one night. But I'll tell you, that night was crazy because that was the night of that dust storm that came through and all those winds. And we had been afraid that like maybe a tornado was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rain was coming.
Yeah, we're fighting rain.
Oh my gosh. Was that your motivation then? Run like there's a tornado right behind you?
It was a very dramatic moment while we were filming.
Yeah. It looks so good in the final product. And Justin, I think you posted a behind the scenes shot. I feel like I saw something on Instagram about
From the run?
From the run, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I have like 4 or 5 that Grant. So Grant, the one with the cat shirt, the wine cooler dude, he was also our boom op. That's okay. When you're doing an indie film, you have to get scrappy. And a lot of people wear multiple hats. It's just what it is. And so Grant was there. He was hanging with us that night. I don't remember why Grant was there because I don't think we were rolling on audio at that point. I think he was just hanging. But he took some videos of us doing the thing. And I posted it probably in October.
Yeah, it was a few months ago.
Yeah.
Because I saw that first before I watched the film. I'm like, oh yeah, here comes that moment. And it was just awesome. So congratulations. I think it's very effective, very intense, and it looks so good on the final product. Let's see. So Ray, my next question is for you, and that is about the physical nature of your role. There's a wrestling scene in it. And from your Instagram page, I understand that you are a wrestler yourself. So can you speak to the physicality of the role and what is it like being a professional wrestler? If that's what you say, yes.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the physicality of the role, that scene with Betty was fairly simple. It wasn't. I don't know. We didn't do too much of wrestling stuff in that scene. But where like I can give you a little teaser as to that beginning scene where I'm introduced, where we're training in the ring. All that stuff that we did right there, me and that guy, his name Zeb Merritt, he's actually a wrestler as well. We used pretty much that whole scene to work our match that night because we worked a show there at Tennessee All Pro Wrestling where that was filmed. And we had a match together that night, and that's exactly what we did. We said, you just want to do what we did earlier?
Why not, man? That's excellent.
But yeah, I mean, I remember at first, Justin had it written about me doing a moonsault or backflip off of the truck or some capacity where I don't remember exactly how he had it written, but I was going to do some sort of flying maneuver.
I think it was like a moonsault off the truck, and then there was a standing drop kick at one point. We had to chop that scene on the day that we shot it because Mateo, God bless him, the actor who portrayed Betty, he was dying in that suit. It was terrible. It was so hot.
Like the heat. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we had him on set for I think 6 days. Day 1, he was just in the suit. Day 2, I had purchased some heating thing. By the time he was done, he had a heating vest. He had a bunch of heating packs. We had a fan that we would blow into the mouth of the monster. We slid a hole in the side so another fan could hit his neck so he could be getting cooled from multiple. And he could only keep the mask on for maybe 10 minutes at a time. And that was a good stretch because it was August and early September in Tennessee. Oh, wow. It was so hot. And even though we only worked him at night was still 80 plus degrees and he's in a rubber suit. So with that, I was like, okay, what do I need to tell this story? Less is more, like especially in the world of wrestling, less is more. You don't always have to do all of these things. And it left me stuff to keep up my sleeve for another time.
Yeah. For the sequel, if it happens.
Well, unfortunately, Marko won't be wrestling in the sequel if it happens.
Yes, but you never know. No spoilers. There's always a way for people to come back.
I can tell you a side note. I wrote, and Rea doesn't even know this. I wrote because I'm working on 2 other scripts right now, and I use a poster on the window at this location that is shared between these 2 different scripts, 2 totally different universes that aren't really connected, except this little Easter egg of a wrestling promo poster of Marko and Lil Rasta.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
And in one of the stories, the poster's fresh, and in the other story, the poster is like very sun faded. It's been some time since it got hung up.
Like an Evil Dead kind of nugget that you have to look for.
A lot of little nuggets.
Yeah. So yes. Let's see. Justin, I want to talk about the soundtrack. So because the music plays a major role in the film, and the songs that you selected and the score as well really match the characters. It's a perfect fit, I would say. What was it? What was the process like choosing the songs for the soundtrack and the score?
So I use Artlist for all of my music because I pay a lofty annual fee to have their premium service, but it allows me the ability to get what I need, right? I mean, I probably pulled, and this is no exaggeration, 1,000 sound effects from Artlist for that movie. And for every song you heard, there were 5 more downloads that were a possible, fit for that scene, right? For that moment. So hundreds and hundreds of songs. I wanted the vibes to be very VHS retro, late 80s, early 90s horror. Wasn't always able to find exactly what I needed for the moments that were happening. Also, I didn't want to force it down people's throats. So there are certain moments, like when Sarah gets to the ranch and she's in her grandfather's office for the first time. Mm-hmm. It's a bit more of a slow, somber, melodic kind of tune. And then, for like the montage element, right? I went full retro, right? Like full electronic pop retro.
Synth, it's so good.
Yes, a lot of synth. So my
party.
The wine coolers. So I don't know why I got so hung up on that. I think it's because I did a TV show called Still the King years ago, starring Billy Ray Cyrus. I worked on that. And Kevin Brennan was a producer and a writer on it. And he was obsessed with Zima.
Oh, yeah. I remember Zimas.
And so
Jolly Ranchers in them too. Remember that?
Yeah. So Zima had a catchphrase, something different. And when we were on set and we were getting ready to move on, he would look at me and just go, something different. And so I've been obsessed with just Zima and wine coolers, right? These 2 young 20-something-year-olds have no idea what Zima even is.
I don't know what Zima is.
You 4 Loko loving youngins.
Right. I would say we could say Pepsi Clear, but they won't know what that is either.
Oh, but I will. We had clear Pepsi once upon a time, kids.
Yes, looked like a Sprite.
Yeah, no, they brought it back for a limited time.
I don't think
You
it
don't
did
know what
well.
you're
And
talking
so
about.
Zima was like that. It looks like a Sprite, but it's like
Yeah, a pretty glass bottle.
Mhm.
You know, it's Smirnoff Ice. Essentially, all
Yeah,
Zima became
that's
was
basically
Smirnoff Ice,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
You're not missing
So
much.
yeah, no. And so I just wanted the music to obviously fit the vibes. But I didn't want to play it out. You know, you can only use so much retro, synth for a 91-minute movie.
True. Well, the music that you do use, I think, is awesome. It really invokes the feeling, the party scenes, the songs you picked. I think is just incredible. Let's see. So my next question for you all is sort of, and I think I know the answer to this, but what was the vibe like on set? It seems like you all were having a great time making this movie, but I could be wrong. At least that's what comes across when watching your film. What would you say to that? Do you have any? What was the vibe like on set? And do you have any behind the scenes stories that you could share, if they're appropriate?
I thought it was fun.
it was a very chill vibe, and honestly,
Yeah.
friends hanging out, making a movie, having the same passion for, yeah.
I hated it.
You hated it.
Oh, he was miserable. Now, hold on
I
now.
was like,
I
wait,
felt so
you
bad. He's out here running around sweating. He's got shoulder pain and whatnot. And we're just trying to ask, can I do anything for you? Trying to help him pack up at the end of the night. No, go. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll stay and help clean up.
For a man who was wearing every single hat, exhausted himself, but like we're just chilling on the side, and he's like, "Okay, you guys can."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You didn't sleep for like a whole year." Yeah.
The way I looked at it was, everybody was coming out of the kindness of their hearts to support a passion project that they didn't have to support. And the last thing I was going to do was ask them to stay longer than they had to. So yes, I mean, every single day and night that we shot, people offered, let me help you pack the van, let me whatever, like let me help. And no, get out of here, go home. Especially the later that we worked. I think the latest that we were ever there was like 2 a.m. or so, and I think that was a one-off. For the most part, I tried to have people out by midnight or so. And the shooting days were all short. We never had a long day. I don't think we ever had a day past. You guys never had a day past like 8 or 10. My longest day on it was 17, but that was because I had to do a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
17 hours.
Yeah. But it was
Okay.
you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
I just didn't want to ask more of them than they were already willing to give. The hard part was we were shooting in the summer, right? So the sun goes down at like 9 or 9:30 ish, like pitch black. So half the time we had to wait until then to film, to shoot.
Yeah, especially for the night scenes. And the second half, the third act is pretty much all at night. So I could see, that makes
And I don't remember.
sense.
I keep a calendar, a physical calendar that I color code. It's ridiculous. And so I could look back and I could see which days were nights and which days were days and which location we were at. I kept it full. But I think we probably had like what it was for the most part was splits. So instead of doing like a full overnight, like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. or something, it was like, let's do like 4 to midnight or something like that. So we can shoot some day work and some night work. But by the time we were done, by the time we were done making the movie, we ran out of day work. So it was like, okay, we just have night work left.
Yeah, I could see that. Yes. Okay, let's see. I'd like to ask if you could describe your film using other films. I probably should have given you a warning about this. What films come to mind? Like Alien meets Predator, but obviously not those two.
Ray?
Oh, I thought he was asking you. I'm sorry.
Oh wait,
No,
I'm not answering every question.
Oh,
I have some that come to mind, but
man, I don't know. I think so Justin never heard about Sheepsquatch. And I've been so hung up on this. But I think it'd be like a Sheepsquatch type meets Friday the 13th. Kind of with it's just got its own thing.
It definitely
Um,
does. It's a unique creature feature. And say
yeah.
more about Sheepsquatch. I don't think I've heard of that either.
You don't know about Sheepsquatch either?
Is it a legend or a film?
It's a legend.
Oh, okay. I was
But
thinking I'm gonna go check my S's to see if I
yeah,
own a copy of it.
I'm sure they made movies of it.
Hmm.
But
Okay,
yeah,
say more. It's a sheep that's also part Bigfoot.
yeah.
Makes total sense.
Listen,
Justin shaking his
so
head.
listen, I come from I'm from Ohio, but
Mhm.
raised by West Virginia family. So there's a lot of there ain't nothing better to do than talk about cryptids. So
Love cryptids. We're getting a new Frogman too. Keep going. I
oh
interrupted
really?
you. Frogman 2 is coming.
But like the Frogman of Loveland.
Yes. There's a movie
That's
called
Ohio.
Frogman. Yeah. Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
Oh, it's really good. Found footage style. Um, part 2 they're making. It may already be out or it's coming out soon.
Huh.
It's very
Well, yeah,
good.
you have to look into Sheepsquatch. That's when I
I'm looking
found out
at
what Betty
you.
was. Huh?
Yeah, look at you, Justin, man. That's a movie idea for you.
Let's go.
Sheepsquatch.
Sheepsquatch.
Yeah.
Rea, what about you, Rea? Do you have any ideas of what this movie might be like if you had to compare it to other movies?
Kind of more just like your campy. What is it? It's not Freddy. Jason kind of
Mhm.
vibe, but like Justin's twist on it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I mean, campy's the best
I
word
think
for it.
the one movie, that one movie. Hold on, I kind of have to look it up real
Yeah,
quick.
go for it. Go for it. Yeah, well, I mentioned Rawhead Rex. I mean, that certainly came to mind when I was watching it. But any of those, creature feature summer camp slasher type films, some of the ones from the early '80s.
I can tell
Justin, what would
you
you
that.
say? Go ahead.
Well, there's one particular part in the film when machinery gets involved,
Yes.
and that to me felt very Sigourney Weaver Aliens exosuit.
Yes.
That
So
was
when I
kind of
said
like when
Alien meets Predator, I take it back because there is some
Yeah.
truth.
so I was kind of when I was cutting it, I kind of had that in the back of my mind. I
Yes.
couldn't play it out too much. With editing, timing is everything, and if I had taken those moments any longer than I did, I think it would have lost interest. So, but I wanted people to kind of pick up on those vibes.
Yeah, I could see
I've
that.
always just loved that. I've loved that scene. Get away from her, you bitch!
I was just going to say that line would even have
So
worked in
good.
your movie. Now that you
It's
mention
so good. It could have. It could have.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we talked a little bit about the sequel already. My next question for you is, how can people watch Big Bad Betty? I'll hold up the physical copy again, so I know this is out there and folks can order this, as I understand it. And I also understand it's not streaming yet. But Justin, I'll let you.
It's not streaming ever.
Ever, not streaming ever.
Physical media exclusive. I say this like with a wishful heart because we know that the reality is streaming has taken over the world. But I can tell you that, like, at my core, I don't want any of my features to ever stream. I want it to be physical copy, hold it in your hand, put it in, as Ray Bruce would do, smell the case, because apparently he's a case smeller. He smells
Yes.
cases.
Oh, I love
This
that.
is true.
Yes.
You weird son of a gun.
It's a thing. Tape smell is a thing.
It is
Yes.
a thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So I want people to interact with it. I just think that streaming is so impersonal and it makes things feel unimportant. Like I'll use Frankenstein as an example, right? Like we know it's a visually beautiful film and we know that he is an incredible storyteller. So we know it's a good movie. I still haven't watched it because I don't like Netflix and I don't take it seriously. Now I know it's a great movie. I know I'm missing out, but I want to, I just don't, I'm over it. I think I'm over it. I'm over the streaming world. Now there are exceptions, like I've got some work I'm going to do later in the year for a streaming service. I'm going to be doing something for them. I'm going to direct one of their stories for them. And like, of course, like I support that because that's their work. You know what I mean? It's their baby.
Yes. Yep.
But for my work, no, I want to try to I want to fight the fight for physical media. So how people can get this, it's Blu-ray, it's VHS, they can purchase it at a list of stores that I can send to you in the event that they live in that region. So video stores, Blu-ray and VHS. And I have an email link on my website, rustedlanternpictures.com. So you go on it, you click on the Big Bad Betty drop down, you click I want a copy, and it just sends an email to me. I had to do it that way because I'm self-distributing this movie. And if I just had a generic order form, you know what I mean, just to click and buy, I'm gonna miss orders. I'm gonna miss orders. I'm not like stretching myself too thin, but I can feel that I'm getting close to it. And because now it's like writer, director, producer, cinematographer, set janitor, grief counselor, catering, editor, and now shipping and receiving. Okay. Right. So it's just like it's a lot. And like I said, I haven't bitten off more than I can chew, but I feel like I'm kind of close to it. So the last thing I want is somebody buys something, 2 months goes by, and then they're like, hey, where's my movie? Right? I don't want that. I don't want that. So this is just the way it's going to be. And then, of course, at conventions.
And will you continue into the year? So I know in Massachusetts, we have some coming up in September.
So I had reached out to Joe over at what's the one in Mass?
We have Terracon and the Silver Scream. Those are the two big ones.
Neither one. His was like Monster Mag.
Yeah, there's a Monster one too.
I had touched base on that one. I would love to come home, right? I'm from Boston, so I would love to. So if you have something up there, send me a link, and if I can afford to make it all happen, because I'm also self-funding all these things. People see people at conventions and they think like, oh, they're making money hand over fist, dude. I'm spending so much money for us to travel to these things. You rent the table, you pay to travel. There's hotel, there's food, there's lodging, right? There's the cost of the booth itself, the backdrop, supplying everything you need to sell. It costs a lot. Not bitching, just that's the reality. So I wish that I wish I could take the cast. I want to strap a rocket ship to these people's backs and just send them into the stratosphere of success. You know what I mean? I can't afford to do all the things. If I could, we would be going to Houston has an awesome looking con, or it's in San Antonio. And Vegas has one. We can't. The tables in Vegas started at like 1,800 or 1,700.
Yeah,
just to go for like a small 4x6. Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah,
wish I could.
Well, I hope you do make it to my neck of the woods. I hope you make it up to Massachusetts. I'd love to meet in person. I would love to see Big Bad Betty on the big screen. So if there are the screening you mentioned, I would love to be there. So let's talk afterward, and it would be cool to meet in person as well. Cool. So let's see. Congratulations one last time on Big Bad Betty. Such an awesome film. You guys should all be very proud of it. Like I mentioned before we started recording, I do a this or that segment. So let's jump right into it. I basically ask you two things. You just pick one or the other. In most cases, there's no right or wrong answer, and it's usually kind of fun, but I will let you all be the judge of that. So let's see. The first one I have is Alien from 1979. Even I know we just talked about it, so that's a perfect choice. Or The Thing from 1982.
So what do we? I would say Thing. You say Thing?
You just pick, The Thing.
Thing.
The Thing across the board. There you go. Let's see. Window or aisle seat?
Aisle.
Yeah, I'm limited to an aisle seat.
Window.
Window. One window, two aisles.
You're so tiny.
Yeah, but me and Justin are tall.
I just daydream. I need something to look out.
Something to look at. Okay.
Exit row.
Okay, I've got some sci-fi classics here. Jurassic Park from 1993 or Cloverfield from 2008?
Cloverfield.
Jurassic Park. I never seen Cloverfield. And dinosaurs are cool.
Jurassic Park. I just like the dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh, Justin's saying no. Cloverfield's good. It's no, that's a good choice. Good choice.
Is that the one with John Goodman?
Second one.
Oh.
Yes.
Not great.
Let's see. Directors here: Steven Spielberg or James Cameron?
Yes.
Both.
What?
Steven Spielberg or James Cameron?
Oh.
You can say both too.
Oh.
This or that or both?
That's an easy one for me.
You go.
Spielberg, dude. He did
Spielberg.
E.T.
Okay, I'm just gonna go both.
Both. Okay.
E.T. trumps everything.
Such a great movie. One of the best. I agree with you on that. Okay, I've got some sci-fi movies again here. Tremors from 1990, if you've seen it, or A Quiet Place from 2018.
Tremors.
Tremors.
I honestly have never seen Tremors, so I'm gonna have to go with Quiet Place.
Oh, Reba and Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, yeah, such a good movie. They're both good. So yeah. Let's see. This is kind of funny. Could you outrun Leatherface or Ghostface?
I'm fighting.
You'd fight them, yes.
Yeah.
You'd fight them.
Fighting.
I fight both of them.
You'd fight both.
I think
Okay.
besties with Ghostface. Leatherface.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if we can be friends.
He's just misunderstood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Poltergeist from 1982 or The Shining from 1980?
Ooh, Shining.
Rea?
Oh, I said it too. The Shining.
Oh, The Shining. Okay, yeah. I couldn't even think of what would go with The Shining, but I went with sort of the haunted approach because both haunted house theme there. Okay, Godzilla or King Kong? Just in general.
Oh my God,
King Kong.
You can't.
I don't know.
Gotta go with. I don't fuck with the water, but I'm gonna go with King Kong.
King Kong. Okay.
I'm gonna go. I don't know.
That sounds cool.
I don't want to say it. Like I look. I feel like I'm supposed to say Godzilla because they said King Kong, but I'm also like King Kong.
You could say the same. Okay, cool. All right, I've got some spider films here. Hopefully you've seen them. Eight-Legged Freaks from 2002 or Arachnophobia from 1990.
I like David Arquette, so I'm going Eight-Legged.
That's a fun movie. Arachnophobia.
I have not seen either. Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. Oh my gosh. Very different film, but yes. At least there's an insect theme sort of there.
Yes.
If spiders scare you, check out these films. Okay, Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Starbucks?
Yeah, I guess Dunkin'.
I still love Starbucks, but like it would be my last on the list if I had to go.
Yeah.
I don't partake.
I find when I walk into Starbucks, I kind of like puff my chest a little bit and look around.
I'm here, yes.
You know? Yes, I'll have that.
I love it. I don't go to Starbucks that often, but you hear people order these things. It's like, I didn't even know that was a thing. It's like, what did you just ask for?
Well, hang on. I think we got to figure out. Rea, what's your drink at Starbucks?
Starbucks, honestly, I don't make up mine. I go with a very basic Frappuccino because
like what's on the
that's
menu,
still bougie.
right?
Yeah.
No, that was what I would get when I was like little. It started with the vanilla bean, and then it only moved up to Frappuccino.
They sucked you in.
Oh my
So
God.
like I always go with that. But
Okay. No judgment here. I drink both. Let's see, Jaws from 1975 or Gremlins from 1984.
Gremlins.
Ooh.
I love that movie. I love Jaws.
I love Gremlins too. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's either Gremlins or Jaws. I love them both. I'm using
torn.
my Jaws bucket as my prop for my computer.
So which movie do you watch more each year? Which one do
Jaws.
you rewatch more? Okay.
Jaws.
Then I would say
Same
Jaws.
chart.
There you go. Okay, last one. The Halloween franchise, so all the Halloween films, Michael Myers, or Friday the 13th franchise, all of the Jason films.
You can't do that to me. Don't put me in a crisis.
A crisis.
I watch both every year.
Yes, me too.
Oh,
Go with Jason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've met him. I watched him.
I've met him.
No.
We go way back.
So you did, and you outran him. That's impressive.
No, but I met Jason first. So
I
guess it was that. That's how I have to do it.
For me, I think like Friday the 13th was always supposed to be silly and campy. Now the 2009, reboot, which I love. It's like one of my guilty pleasures as a horror fan.
Rob
I love
Zombie.
that movie.
Yeah.
No, for
the Friday the 13th. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I also enjoy Zombies Halloween, right?
Yeah, me too.
But
I love Rob's.
Friday was always supposed to feel cheesy. Granted, they were more grounded with that reboot, right? But the rest of it was very fun. It was very lighthearted and very cheesy. Halloween, I think by design, was supposed to be a horror movie through and through, and it just lost its way. Like the Curse of Thorn thing. I love the one with Paul Rudd. What is that? The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah,
but it's not a good
6. Yeah.
But it's not a good movie. No. And so I can't watch Resurrection. I can't watch H2O. So because of all of those movies I just can't bring myself to watch, I got to go Friday. But I think at my core, I'm a Halloween guy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Makes total sense. Yeah, that's fine. I love them both. I'd say they're my top 2 horror franchises. Ray, I'm sorry. What did you pick? Or did you?
So I was sitting here, my gears were turning. I got to say, Halloween based on 1, Rob Zombie, and then 2, because I think his version is the best version out there. Fight me on that, all you may. But there's some great one-liners in there. And then also too, because I get the biggest kick out of the memes of Michael Myers, the car driving down, and Jamie Lee Curtis and her friends are standing on the sidewalk. They'll put they had Maybe I Deserve It by Tank playing. It's a Big Mike spinning the block. He's got bass boost.
Look at you laughing your ass off.
The car is bouncing. Is that it?
It's like, maybe I deserve.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Can I ask Can I ask you guys a question? Well, because we touched on reboots, I'm going to present a battle of the reboots. You can only pick one. Reboot 2009 Friday the 13th, Rob Zombie's Halloween, that Nightmare on Elm Street thing that they made, or the Jessica Biel Leatherface Texas Chainsaw.
Oh,
is that the one with Trey Songz?
I don't know who that is.
I'm old. Rapper or the singer?
Yeah.
Trey Songz?
Yeah, it was 2009.
Yeah.
No, Jessica Biel was 2006.
Okay, then no. Definitely Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Okay, so Rob Zombie. What about you, Rea?
What was that first one?
Well, this is the reboot of Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Texas Chainsaw.
Nightmare.
Okay.
Did you get that? Nightmare on Elm
Street. That's a bold move. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. What about you, Aaron?
As Rapers fight me.
I think I'd have to. I think I'd have to go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Say 100%.
For going remakes.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was just so good. Like, it's like the filmmaker in me. I'm not saying that movie was revolutionary and changed the game. It didn't, but it showed that a reboot can be great.
Yes.
It was
because it was an homage and it honored the original as much as it should have, and then it took it to the nth degree, right, with all the gore and the advanced storyline. It was just fantastic. I saw it in the theater and I was blown away.
Gore that felt appropriate for a guy who works at a slaughterhouse. To him, it was just work.
Oh, of course, yes.
You know what I mean? It wasn't gore for the sake of gore, and I love that.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe a little bit, but yeah, I'd agree with you there. I love when people see the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre and they say it was the goriest movie they've ever seen, and there's no blood or anything in it. It's all in your head. Process that. That's messed up. Well, Justin, Ray, and Rea, this has been fantastic. Congratulations again on Big Bad Betty. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. If you're watching, like and subscribe because it helps my channel, and order a copy of Big Bad Betty. This has been so much fun. Thanks again for coming on. This has been awesome.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.